Hi, welcome to the July 2022 Bourne Review. I'm Susan Barlow. First, some headline news and announcements. Bourne has a new chief of police. Congratulations to our former Lieutenant Brandon Esip, who was sworn in as acting Bourne chief of police by Town Clerk Barry Johnson on July 25th. He was sworn in as acting chief as the town awaited Governor Baker's signing off on legislation allowing the removal of the Bourne chief of police from civil service regulations. Detective Daniel Cox was promoted to sergeant, and 3 new police officers were sworn in: John Hubbard, Richard Mingace, and Daniel Nuss. And there are more hires. Town Administrator Marlene McCullum announced that our new Human Resources Director has been hired, Ms. Elise Zarcaro. Ms. Zarcaro was previously the Human Resources Manager for Provincetown for 3 years and also served as the Administrative Assistant for the Town Manager and Board of Selectmen in Orleans. We also have a new IT Director, Robert Presnauzany, from Fall River, where he served as Network Administrator for Fall River Public Schools. He holds numerous IT certifications and has 20 years of IT experience. The Bourne School Committee has hired a new Director of Special Education and Student Services. School Superintendent Carrie Ann Quinlan Zhu presented M. Kristen Donahue as a recommendation from the screening committee. Congratulations to all and best wishes for enjoyable and fulfilling employment in Bourne. It's been a very hot and humid July. Please remember that pets can be adversely affected by heat and humidity too. Even with car windows cracked, pets should not be left in cars when the outside temperature is 70 degrees or higher. We usually have shoes or sandals on, so we may forget that the pavement outside gets burning hot. Pets' paws can get burnt walking on the hot pavement. A simple test is to put the back of your hand flat on the pavement for 7 seconds, and if it's too hot for the back of your hand, it's too hot for your pet's paws. 3 possible locations have been chosen for the new Southside Fire Station: the town ball field on Shore Road, the motorway off MacArthur Boulevard, and a county-owned parcel on Dr. Julius Kelly Lane in Katamet. A favorite local eatery, Tuk Tuk Thai, is moving from their 254 Shore Road location to 808 MacArthur Boulevard near Joint Base Cape Cod's Rotary. It was formerly the home of Jimmy's Diner. The Bourne Braves have secured their spot in the playoffs. 3 other teams have also secured their spots: Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox, the Cotuit Kettlers, and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. There are 4 additional slots for the playoffs to be determined. Home games are played at Doran Field at the Upper Cape Tech campus and are free. For more information on stats or to see the schedule of games, visit their website at capecodbaseball.org. The Buzzards Bay Play Space, aka the splash pad and playground at Buzzards Bay Park, have been very popular this hot July. Remember, hours are 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. every day except Tuesdays. Here's some great news. Free school meals will continue next year. Universal School Meals has been extended in Massachusetts for the 2022-2023 school year. There will be no cost to families for any student to receive school lunch. There's no cost for breakfast or a snack either at schools where it's available. Here's an update on striper fishing in the canal by East End Eddie Doherty. Mr. Doherty is a retired Massachusetts District Court Clerk Magistrate appointed by the late Governor A. Paul Cellucci, author of 7 Miles After Sundown, about surf casting the Cape Cod Canal for striped bass. Columnist for the Bourne Enterprise and contributor to several newspapers and magazines.
We're here at the herring run this morning on the mainland side of the Cape Cod Canal for this month's fishing report. So things have kind of slowed down on the canal for a while, but they're getting better. They're heating up. We have actually an east rising tide this morning flowing by us. But the guys who are doing pretty well for a couple of weeks were using real bait, chunking, pogies, and using live lining at slack tide, mostly in the east end. And but recently, guys have been doing much better with lures. And Jack Barton from Berkeley was throwing everything but the kitchen sink into the canal. He wasn't catching anything. The guy next to him suggested he use color pink, so he switched over to the only pink lure he had, a Jex feathered bucktail that was pink. And on the second cast, Jack caught a 42-inch striped bass, so that was great. The next day, Ryan Smith from Bourne caught a 36-inch, just a little bit above slot, with a pink Savage Gear sand eel that he was jigging off the bottom. And then not long before that, the biggest fish that I've heard of recently was caught by experienced canal rat Bob Ware, who caught a 33-pound striped bass. And Bob was using an Al Gags pink soft plastic jig. So you keep hearing me say pink. That's been the hot color lately. And so my theory on that actually is pink imitates squid. And there haven't been much squid in the canal lately. But there have been a lot of squid in Buzzards Bay and particularly in Cape Cod Bay. So my theory is that these fish have been so used to seeing squid that when they see pink in the canal, they just hit it. So, and then I caught a bluefish with a Bill Hurley canal killer on the bottom. That's also a soft plastic jig. And this fish, even though I caught him on the bottom, he just shot right up through the water column and started doing a dance on the surface like a topping, like bluefish are known to do. Tough fight, great sport fish. And he weighed 9.9 pounds. So if he had a bigger breakfast, I would have had a 10-pounder. And anybody who doesn't like bluefish, you should try it. And of course, my wife is a great cook, so I have to say that helps. But I like bluefish, but you should eat it as quick as you can after you catch it. You don't have to be as dramatic as I was. I caught that at 5:30 in the morning. He's swimming at 5:30. He's in my stomach at 7:30. But it's a good fish if you eat it quickly. So I just want to talk a little bit about the layout of the canal for those anglers who are new to the area. So there are telephone poles all up and down the canal lining the service road, and about every third pole has a street light, which can be very helpful, obviously. And the ones with street lights are numbered, and they go in sequence of 5. I don't know why they don't start at 5, but they started in the east end at 10. And it goes 10, 15, 20, 25, all the way to 375 in the west end near the railroad bridge. And it's pretty much the same on both sides of the canal with a few exceptions. Across from Mass Maritime on Bell Road, there's some oddly numbered poles. Don't even think about that, it'll be too confusing. But for the most part, it's the same on both sides. One exception is on the mainland side, pole number 50. There's 2 of them. So it goes 45, 50, 50, and then 55. I assume the guy who was putting those numbers up was having a bad day and just lost track of what he was doing. But anyways, it's good to know the numbers where you are because for your location, because if you keep track of fish and you write a log, you can say that you caught a 30-pounder at pole 220, or if you wanted to tell one of your friends to meet you at pole 175 at 2 o'clock in the morning, or most importantly, if you had a medical emergency and you needed to tell first responders where you were, and you tell them you're 2 poles west of pole 150 or wherever you are. So it's good to know where you are. My tip of the month is if you're going to use bug repellent, insect repellent, make sure you don't spray it on your forehead. And your forehead, when you perspire later, it could drip down into your eyes, and that stings like an angry bee. You don't want to do that. Actually, the best bug spray is no bug spray if it's windy, and the wind will take care of the bugs. So if it's windy, that's great, but if not, you're going to use bug spray, don't put it on your forehead. So I just want to tell you a quick story about a great man who's a terrific lawyer and a great guy and a great fisherman, Glenn Hannington. And he used to take his mother fishing. She's passed away now. She was a nice lady. She used to call me the Q-tip because I have white hair. She was a funny lady. Anyways, Glenn would take his mother fishing in his boat. And one day, she's not catching anything and he's catching fish left and right. So what he does is the next time he hooked a fish, he set the hook and he released a lot of line. He let a lot of line out so you couldn't feel the fish on the rod. And he handed the rod to his mother and said, "Ma, you hold my rod, I've got to take this phone call." So she held the rod, and 3 seconds later she's yelling, "I got a fish, I got one, this is great." So she reels it in and she's so happy. She smiles all the way home. And Glenn actually did that one other time in Florida with his mother, and she went to her grave not knowing the truth. So she was a happy lady. So the world is a better place for good sons like Glenn Hannington. So that's it for today, and be safe, catch a big one. This is East End Eddie on the Cape Cod Canal.
Now for our top stories. On June 28th, a grant for $499,000 was awarded for the extension of the Shining Sea bike path from North Falmouth to the Cape Cod Canal. The award from the Massachusetts Recreational Trails Program is part of the $11.4 million made available in Mass Trails Grant Program funding to support 81 trail improvement projects across the state. Bourne's committee, charged with overseeing the extension of the Shining Sea Bikeway in North Falmouth to the Cape Cod Canal, has received this nearly $500,000 grant. The award is the third and largest grant the project has received from the Mass Trails program. State Senator Susan Moran spoke to a group of concerned Bourne residents at the Gray Gables home of Kathy and Paul Alfano regarding critical issues important to Bourne residents, such as the proposal to discharge daily 3.5 to 10 million gallons of treated wastewater into the Cape Cod Canal, the construction of new bridges, and the proposed multi-purpose machine gun range on Joint Base Cape Cod, which could negatively impact our sole source aquifer, which the Cape depends on for drinking water. Senator Moran is also leading the fight against dumping radioactive wastewater into Cape Cod Bay. According to a July 22nd press release from her office as part of the Senate's recently passed Economic Development Package S3018, an act relating to economic growth and relief for the Commonwealth, Susan Moran successfully advocated for the creation of a special commission to study the economic and environmental impacts of the discharge of spent fuel pool water and other materials created as waste product of nuclear energy in the Commonwealth's waterways. The commission would be required to complete a report of their findings and recommendations by November 1st of 2024 and hold 4 public hearings in Dukes, Plymouth, Bristol, and Barnstable counties. Discharge of spent fuel pool water would be prohibited until 90 days after the completion of that said report. The measure is part of the Commonwealth's response to Holtec International's November 2021 announcement that they intended to release 1 million gallons of radioactive wastewater into Cape Cod Bay. The proposal has been met with widespread outcry from members of the public, as well as federal, state, and local officials, specifically raising the lack of sufficient regulatory oversight and opportunities for public input during the decommissioning process. The Commission is tasked with investigating the potential environmental and economic impacts, including impacts to consumer perception of the wastewater on fishing, aquaculture, tourism, restaurant industries, and other sectors deemed appropriate by the Commission. The Commission will include in its report recommendations on measures to mitigate or avoid potential negative impacts on such industries. The Save Our Bay Coalition is enthusiastic to see Senator Moran's anti-dumping amendment pass the Senate. This amendment is of unparalleled importance in the long fight against Holtec's plan to dump nuclear wastewater from the Pilgrim plant into Cape Cod Bay. For more information or to get involved, visit saveourbayma.com. So here's what's happening downtown. A new store has opened at 134 Main Street. It's called the Old Country Store and Emporium. Owner Chris Baker said he has downsized from his 20,000 square foot location in Mansfield that he operated for the past 12 years to just a quarter of that space at the new 134 Main Street location in Bourne. But as you can see, the store has a tremendous amount of items for sale. Everything from grandfather clocks and furnishings to kitchen items, gifts, and fudge and other sweets. Check it out. It's a fun store with something for everyone. A new physical therapy office has opened at 85 Main Street called Physical Therapy U. Pedestrian safety is even more of a concern down at the west end of Main Street. Sadly, a woman was struck by a vehicle while crossing in the crosswalk with her family on Main Street. So please observe the 25-mile-per-hour speed limit on Main Street and watch out for and yield to pedestrians entering into or in the crosswalks. That's Massachusetts state law. Passing vehicles on the left or right is prohibited on Main Street. Here's an update on services. The Council on Aging, located in the Bourne Community Building at 239 Main Street, offers a variety of programs to those 60 years and older. There will be a Veterans Coffee Hour the second Wednesday of the month, so this month the meeting will be on August 10th at 9 a.m. Meet with Veterans Agent Guy Gottschalk and Outreach Coordinator Carrie Finney. Call the COA office to register. An ice cream social will be held on Thursday, August 25th. Call to secure your spot, 508-759-0600, extension 5300. A travel log through Nepal will be held on Thursday, September 15th at 11 a.m. And a vintage car slideshow with Dave Wheeler will be held on Thursday, September 29th at 1:30 p.m. Call the COA to register. The following programs are offered through the VNA. Men's Fitness, Tuesdays, 9 a.m., so from September 13th to October 18th. A skin cancer screening will be offered Thursday, September 22nd from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. A bone density clinic will be held on Wednesday, October 5th, 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. There's lots more programming at the Council on Aging. Check out their newsletter online at townofbourne.com. Click on the Council on Aging department and then select Newsletter from the menu on the left. Or stop by and visit the Council on Aging. They're located at the Bourne Community Building, 239 Main Street. Here's what's happening at the library.
Hey, Kathy.
Hi, Harriet. How are you?
Oh, it's been hot, man.
Oh, too hot.
And it never seems to cool off. It's, 70 degrees in the morning and then 90.
Nah. I hate humidity.
Okay.
Just telling you. Okay. So, what are you doing to beat the heat?
Well, I don't really like the heat, so we've been watching a lot of television and a lot of movies. And we've been watching Canopy.
What's Canopy?
Stab the librarian in the heart. Canopy is a free video streaming service from the library. So they have a full repertoire of documentaries, music concerts, films, foreign films, instructional videos, and you log in using your library card. You can create an account and you get 10 movies a month.
Cool.
And it's free. If it's free,
That's better.
exactly. So that's with your library card. Canopy with a K. You can get to it from our website under resources.
Ah,
So that's what I do to beat the heat. I watch free movies.
that's very good. I eat ice cream.
That's not a bad one either. The other thing you can do to beat the heat is come on Mondays, Monday Movie Madness.
Oh, so what's going to play?
Ready? You want to
Yeah.
sing? Since our Broadway thing was so fun.
Oh, why? What is it?
R-E-S-P-C-T.
Find out what it means to me.
Okay, so if you don't know what that movie was about, every Monday we're showing 2 films, an adult film in the morning, and not that kind of adult film, at 10 a.m. This week it's going to be Respect, the Aretha Franklin story, and then the following Monday will be Cyrano, about Cyrano de Bergerac. And then,
big news.
yes, at 3 o'clock we show a children's film. So it'll be Peter Rabbit 2 and Trolls.
Excellent. The kids will love that.
Yes. So if you want to beat the heat on a Monday, come on down.
We have air conditioning,
Some days.
mostly.
On days ending in Y.
Let's go fly a kite up to the highest heights. Come on.
Is this another musical?
No, this is a day flying kites.
Are you going to fly a kite?
I don't know.
Are you going to learn how to make a kite, maybe?
Oh, that would be cool.
When would you be doing this?
I don't know. Tell me. August 9th? That's soon.
So,
Wow.
you're going to register at the library and learn to build a kite, ages 5th grade and up, including adults. And we certainly live in a place that has enough wind gusts that it's
true.
really kind of a fun place to fly a kite versus other places.
And it like never rains, so no problem.
that too. Alrighty.
You know what else we have?
Oh, here she goes. What, Kathy?
Fairy houses.
Oh, I've never built a fairy house. They're awful cute though, and people
Oh,
really
yeah.
seem to love it. They decorate them for the seasons.
Do you leave it outside in case little fairies come by?
You can.
Like a B&B for fairies?
I'm feeling like a little judgy tone there. No, this is how to build your own fairy house. So
Okay.
we're having a class on August 3rd. All the materials are provided. You just have to register on the library website and come on down August 3rd. Fairy house building, all ages,
Wow, that sounds like fun.
and no judgment.
And on the 4th, we have something that I really like.
Oh.
We have trivia.
Oh, are the Trivia Brothers coming back?
They are
What day?
the 4th,
What ages?
5 to 105.
Oh, so it's family trivia.
Yes.
Okay, we offered that, what was it, in the winter? That was very popular, so we must be having them back.
Is it on Zoom or here?
It's here,
Okay.
and you can register online at bournelibrary.org.
Should I give you a trivia question?
No, you'll embarrass me.
Oh, this isn't that hard.
I have vacant knowledge.
Okay, everybody, what is the biggest freshwater lake on Earth? You want a hint?
Is it in the United States?
It is.
Superior.
Umbagog?
Superior.
Superior.
Okay, I just thought I'd give Sue a chance to have a win.
Do you know that there's actually a lake that's much bigger than Lake Superior? It's called the Caspian Sea, but it's a lake. It's all closed in, but it's saltwater.
Well, you said it was a C.
Yes, they like to confuse you. All right, what are we doing?
I'm getting ready for the Falmouth Road Race.
I'll be there cheering you on,
Oh,
giving you out water.
well, no, I'm not running the road. Are you kidding? Me run? Not gonna happen.
I know a lot of people who are, though.
Well, there's a lot of interesting history about the Falmouth Road Race, and we are offering a very interesting talk by Paul Clerici, The History of the Falmouth Road Race,
Oh, wow.
on August 16th at 2 p.m. And I bet, speaking of trivia from our earlier comments, I bet you didn't know that the Falmouth Road Race, the topic, and it started in a bar in Falmouth.
I
That's
believe
how it
that.
started. Of course you knew that. Of course
No,
you
I
knew
didn't
that.
know it. I believe it.
Okay, well, that's almost the same with you. So, if you're interested in the history of the Falmouth Road Race without lifting a finger or cracking a sweat, come on down August 16th at 2 p.m. See you then.
Well, I can't remember the last time it rained, and water districts are advising residents to comply with voluntary water restrictions. Bourne's Residential Recycling Center is open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Please remember, don't bag your recycling. Dump the recycling out of the bag so it's loose in the blue lidded container. And put your barrels 2 feet apart at the curb. Clean and rinse out cans and bottles before putting them in the barrel. The Town of Bourne Department of Integrated Solid Waste Management, known as ISWIM, is pleased to announce the commencement of its residential food waste collection program. Beginning on Monday, August 1st, residents and property owners who have a sticker to access the Residential Recycling Center on MacArthur Boulevard will be able to bring food waste and scraps that will be collected in separate carts located by the guard shack. To participate in the program, residents should check in at the guard shack to receive a guide on what to collect and what contamination to avoid. While supplies last, iSwim staff will provide a starter roll of compostable bags to all who check in at the guard shack. For more information, check out the iSwim page on townofbourne.com. Sadly, a man jumped to his death from the Sagamore Bridge on July 13th. If you are feeling depressed or hopeless or having suicidal thoughts, or if you know someone struggling this way, please reach out for help. Locally, you can call the Samaritans of Cape Cod at 508-548-8900 or call Bay Cove's Cape Cod Behavioral Health Urgent Care Line at 833-229-2683. Based in Hyannis, Bay Cove provides 24/7 urgent and emergency behavioral health services to individuals of all ages throughout all of Cape Cod. The new federal 3-digit crisis helpline is now available. You can call or text 988 for help. They provide 24/7 free and confidential support to people in suicidal crisis or emotional distress. As the cost of food rises, the Bourne Food Pantry becomes even more vital to our community. They accept food donations and monetary donations. Food donations can be dropped off at the box in the lobby of the Bourne Community Building and at the Market Basket grocery store. Please send monetary donations to Friends Food Pantry, P.O. Box 144, Buzzards Bay, Massachusetts 02532. For more information, call the pantry at 508-759-3351 or find them on Facebook. The actual food pantry will be open for business on Main Street on September 13th. The food pantry will be closed for the weeks of August 29th and September 5th for moving. If you're in need of Meals on Wheels or if you can help deliver meals, please call Elder Services of Cape Cod at 508-394-4630. Here are some beautiful photos by area photographers showing the beauty that surrounds us. Here's an update on COVID-19. On July 28th, the state's 7-day positivity rate is reported to be 8.09%, up from 5.52% at the end of June. Barnstable County has a 14-day positivity rate of 9.95%, up from 6.5% at the end of June. Cape Cod Hospitals in Hyannis was treating 16 patients with coronavirus, with only 1 patient in intensive care. Falmouth Hospital reported 5 patients with no patients in intensive care. The 2-week COVID-19 case count, total case count, and 14-day positivity rate is as follows. Bourne, 54 case count, 3,990 total cases with a positivity rate of 8.18%. The CDC has decided against offering second dose boosters to people under 50 years of age unless there is an underlying condition. The CDC will wait until fall when vaccine manufacturers have updated the vaccine to be more effective against the Omicron variants. We are now seeing the most cases involve the Omicron BA.5 strain, which is more contagious than the Delta, or original strains but has less severity. Some in part due to vaccinations and treatment options. Need a COVID test? It's recommended that you start with the free home test kits that were received. For a PCR test, visit barnstablecountyhealth.org or call them at 508-375-6613. Here's a look at the calendar with some upcoming local events. The Meeting House Clay Center will hold its Summer Pottery and Craft Fest on Saturday, August 6th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. with a rain date of August 7th. Locally made artisan ceramics, children's clothing, jewelry, fresh picked local flowers, and more will be available for purchase. There will be activities for children throughout the day and opportunities to watch potters working in the studio. The Bourne Sandwich Rotary Club will hold the Upper Cape Car Show at the Upper Cape Tech High School on August 16th, starting at 5 p.m. There's no cost for admission, and the Rotary's Hot Rod Cafe will provide food and beverages for purchase. Come to beautiful Buzzards Bay Park in the splash pad for Concerts by the Canal every Thursday night, weather permitting. Concerts are from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. and are free and open to the public. Enjoy dinner on Main Street or bring your beach chair and order takeout for a picnic in the park from our Main Street restaurants. A fun, family-friendly event. August 4th, enjoy the Navy Band Northeast Quintet. August 11th, it's the Jody Moore Band, Rockin' the Hits. August 18th, it's Barefoot Rebel, a Leonard Skinner tribute band. And August 25th, it's Rock and Roll with the Band of Brothers. The Uptuxet Trading Post and Museums are open for the season, located at 6 Uptuxet Road in Bourne. Hours are Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Private tours can be arranged outside of the usual business hours. Contact Bourne Historical Society at comcast.net to arrange for a private tour. The Bourne Historical Society has announced 2 talks in August for their Wednesday gatherings to be held at the Lyons Family Pavilion at Uptuxet. On Wednesday, August 10th at 7 p.m., it's 400 Years of Wampanoag Tribal History by Select Board member and CEO of the Wampanoag Herring Run Tribe, Melissa Ferretti. On Wednesday, August 24th, it's Cape Cod and the Portland Gale of 1898 by Don Wilding. The Katomet Schoolhouse, located at 1200 County Road, is holding Tuesday talks in August at 7 p.m. Talks are free and lemonade and cookies will be served. August 9th, The Truly of Puglia Vernacular Architecture by Bill Dermody. August 16th, Voyage of Windbird by Judy Hanley. And August 23rd, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Cheryl Fay returns to perform a one-woman show on RGB. Canal Day will be held at Buzzards Bay Park on September 17th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tours of Joint Base Cape Cod are available to the public on Saturday, August 20th, Friday, September 16th, and Saturday, October 15th. Each tour is from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. To register, call 339-202-9341. Hey, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up to date with what's happening in Bourne. Go to youtube.com and search for Bourne Community TV. Please support our programming at Bourne TV by becoming a member. Visit bournetv.com and click on membership. Well, thanks so much for watching this episode of the Bourne Review. Have a wonderful August, and I'll see you next time.